Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel here. And today I'm going to be doing part 1. Yes, part 1. I'm remaking it. It's so probably in the title is going to be saying redo. Don't mind the fan in the background. My PS4 is kind of overheating. I don't know, but I'm redoing part 1 because I didn't like how, Naruto became evil in the last part. It really made literally no sense to me at all. So yeah, I did not at all like it. So from now on, I'm gonna try to upload 2 times a day because my upload schedule is pretty random, and sometimes I just don't upload at all, or sometimes I upload only once a week. So I'm gonna try to upload 2 times a day now. So even if I don't upload for the rest of the week, or I upload only twice in a week, you get four videos still, even though I only uploaded 2 times. And this is just because, I've been kind of slacking on my uploads lately, and I've been kind of procrastinating when I'm going to upload. And I'm really trying to get out that habit, but I just can't seem to break it. But like I said, I'm going to redo this part, and yeah, that's basically it. Also, if you have any what ifs you want to recommend me doing, comment them down below, and I may or may not do it. So yeah, I'll see you guys. Well, what am I talking about? Let's hop into this. What if? So, Naruto, the way he's going to become evil is just him over time, Now, he's going to get probably banished in this part. Yeah, I mean, that's the only way I can reasonably make him evil. There's not really other ways I can make him evil, because I would have to add to the story, but never mind. He's going to get banished. Now, obviously, he's going to get banished during when Sasuke and him were fighting. And he beat the crap out of Sasuke, and he Rasengan'd him. And his Rasengan actually hit him in the chest, just like how Sasuke's Chidori hit him in the chest. But his Rasengan didn't kill him, just like how Sasuke's Chidori didn't kill him. So yeah, Sasuke's Chidori in this part, well, it still hits. But yeah, it doesn't matter if it hits or not, because he's not going to die or anything, because he has Kurama, so. And while this was going down, there was actually a ninja who was watching this, and it was Kakashi. And Kakashi, he favored Sasuke in original, even though Sasuke really had no relation to him, except for the fact that he was, his friend's, family member. And, he was part of his dead friend's clan. Even though, his other student who he neglected the most, he neglected Naruto the most. He didn't give Naruto any training. I'm pretty sure he gave Sakura more training than Naruto, but, he just kind of threw her away. Threw Naruto away. He threw his sensei son away, which I will never understand why he did that. He knew that he was, Minato's son too, and he still just kind of neglected him, which made no sense. He could have trained them both equally, or focused a bit more time on Naruto, But hey, Naruto didn't really need his training. He only needed his guidance, so it doesn't matter. But like I said, Kakashi favored Sasuke, so he snitches on Naruto, saying that Naruto used the Nine-Tails chakra. He used a lot of it, and he was trying to plead for Sasuke's case, saying that Sasuke was, influenced by the curse mark, which Orochimaru gave him, and it wasn't out of his own volition. No Saints Row. Only Saints Row players will understand that. But like I said, it was not out of his own, reasoning. He didn't mean to do it. It was just because of the influence from the curse mark. And then, Jiraiya didn't really do anything else, because in this part, everybody's not going to really like Naruto, like in original canon. The only reason why Jiraiya trained Naruto in this part, in this canon, is because, he wants him to be a strong weapon for the village. Having a weak, Naruto is the most valuable asset. Even though Sasuke was the last loyal Uchiha, Naruto was the most valuable asset as he had the strongest tailed beast in him. Even though it was half of the tailed beast, it was still the strongest tailed beast. So he was the most valuable asset. So, if he would be weak, he would be useless. So, and nobody wants their most valuable asset to be useless. Because then the most valuable asset is not going to be the most valuable asset. And then the Lee village is not going to be the strongest village anymore. So that's the only reason why Jiraiya trained him. So he could be more loyal. And while Naruto was in the hospital, he got grabbed up by a bunch of Anbu and taken to the Hokage's office. And now while he was there, he questioned the Hokage. He was like, why did you bring me here? Why did you have me bring here? Why? Tsunade? And Tsunade was like, no, he didn't say Tsunade. Naruto wasn't really honorifics type of guy back in, my bad. But he wasn't really honorifics guy back in part 1 Naruto, which is when he was 12 and stuff. That's part 1 Naruto. Just, sorry. But he wasn't really an honorifics guy. So he called her Granny Tsunade. And Tsunade's like, don't you dare call me that when you're in the face, while you're in the presence of your Hokage. And Naruto's like, why are you so serious, huh? Oh, is it because I brought back Sasuke? Are you here to reward me for that? Well, if you're here to reward me for that, you don't have to be so serious, Tsunade. And Tsunade's like, it's not about that. Why would I reward you for hurting one of our most valuable assets? And Naruto's like, what? What are you talking about? And Tsunade's like, you used the Rasengan and hurt him, Naruto. And Naruto was like, well, it wasn't completely my fault. Like, he attacked me first. He Chidori'd me 2 times, could have killed me. Like, I've heard around the village that the Chidori is an assassination technique. Like, he could have killed me if I didn't use the Nine-Tails chakra. And Tsunade's like, and you used the Nine-Tails chakra when you weren't supposed to, Naruto. You weren't supposed to hurt him. And if you had to hurt him, you shouldn't have hurt him to this extent. That's what I meant to say. And Naruto's like I said, he Chidori'd me 2 times. I had no choice. It was either that I die and he left, or he gets hurt, but he's still here. And to be honest, I still want to become Hokage. And to become Hokage, you have to be alive. And even if I did hurt him, to the extent you're saying, even though I didn't hurt him that badly, he's still alive, ain't he? He's still here, ain't he? He can still fight for the village, can't he? I made sure that I didn't hurt him badly. That he wouldn't be paralyzed for his life. So, what are you guys talking about? Why are you yelling at me? He's in the hospital. I was in the hospital too. Even though I had the 9 tests to heal me, I was still in the hospital. Doesn't that say something? Doesn't that say the fact that how much damage he did to me? And Tsunade's like, you're so lucky you didn't kill him. Because if you did, Naruto, I would have executed you by now. And I was like, calm down, Tsunade. I wouldn't have killed him no matter what. Unless he would try to, unless I had no choice. But I had a choice. And I brought him back alive. He's injured, but he's alive. And Tsunade's like, it's over with. You're banished. Leave. Pack your stuff and leave. We have until midnight to get out of here. And Naruto's like, but my dreams to become Hokage, how you gonna do this to me, Tsunade? You know about my dreams too. This is my reward for bringing back Sasuke. And Tsunade's like, this is not your reward. This is your punishment for bringing him back in the way you brought him back, Naruto. Now leave. And I was like, fine. I'll leave. But know that I shall get my revenge. And there is nowhere you could hide, Tsunade. Nothing you could do. I shall kill you. And Tsunade's like, I'd like to see you try. And you think that just because you're not my ninja anymore that you could talk to me like that? And Naruto's like, exactly why I'm talking to you like that. I'm not your ninja anymore. You do not boss me around anymore, Tsunade. I'm just a regular civilian who belongs to no village. I have no reason to respect you. And then Naruto leaves, and he leaves a clone behind, and he turns it into a bird. And yeah, he just leaves it behind because he's kind of worried that he has like a feeling that, you know, they might try to capture him or something. He just has a bad gut feeling. He doesn't have that specific feeling that I just stated, but he has a bad feeling that something horrible might happen to him. So he leaves a clone and a bird behind to gather some information, and he leaves it with a little bit of chakra. Now, during the month, he was training with Tsunade, and, you know, just overall between, you know, the Sasuke retrieval arc and the Chunin exams arc, he was training up his chakra control and secret. So his chakra control is actually better than, way better than it was in canon, to the point where he could, you know, consciously put whatever amount of chakra he wanted to put in his clones. So he puts barely enough to make, you know, he puts just enough for the bird, for it to, you know, be there, while at the same time barely being able for it to not be able to be sensed by anything. Just barely any chakra. Just enough so it can, you know, be there for long enough to hear whatever conversation, you know. I keep saying, you know, a lot. I have a problem. But it's just, you know, I said it by accident, I'm sorry. But there's just enough chakra in the bird so it could hear whatever conversation Tsunade is going to have with whoever she's going to have a conversation with. And while Naruto's packing up his stuff, Hinata visits him, and she tells him that she loves him. And Naruto is just shocked, and he's like, but we were never meant to be, Hinata. I'm the village demon, you're the Hyuga princess. A demon can never marry a princess. And then Hinata, you know, kisses him. I literally said, you know, again. I have a problem. But she kisses him, and Naruto blushes, and he's like, I'll see you soon, Hinata. I will be back for you, no matter what it takes. And then he leaves the village. And then the clone, his bird clone, hears a conversation going on between Tsunade, Jiraiya, and the council with Danzo in it, which is the council. And the clone overhears them having a plan to brainwash Naruto and have him as an Anbu to infiltrate. And I don't know what the word is. Infiltrate? Yeah, that's the word. Infiltrate and take over the other villages from the inside. And they're gonna use him, and, you know, they're gonna use any offspring he may have as a weapon for the village. That's basically their plan. And then the clone dispels, and he gets all this knowledge, and he's like, shoot, good. And he's like, good thing I know some secret exits. That sounded so fake. He's like, good thing I know some secret exits, and I made some while I was a kid, so I can escape from these villagers when, you know, they would try to chase him down. I literally said it again. Like I said, I have a problem. I just say it unconsciously. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I don't care no more. I have a problem, and I can't help it. But he goes to one of his secret exits he made when he was a kid, and it leads to outside of the village. He would use this to, you know, get away. He would use this to get away from the village when it was his birthday, because he found out there was a pattern. Like, the most violent attacks on him happened on his birthday. So whenever it was his birthday, he would use this tunnel to go out the village, and he would just be out there for the whole day. And he uses his tunnel to escape. And like I said, he has a very good chakra control. So he can lower his chakra to it only being able to be sensed by Uzumaki level sensors. And since there's no Uzumakis left in the village, well, they can't sense him. So, whatever. And he escapes without leaving a trace. And But before he escapes, he says to himself, "I'll be back, Hinata." He says it again because why not? But he's like to himself, "I have to get Hinata. I have to. She was the only one who really cared for me in this village. I can't leave her here to suffer." And then he finally leaves. And where he's going, he goes to the Land of Waves, which is one of the only villages which is one of the only villages actually loyal to him. And he goes there, he asks for a boat and, a place to stay for a little bit until he can recuperate and figure out a plan, because he doesn't want to be too reckless. But he's gonna probably leave from the waves in a couple of days, because he knows that it's not really safe, because this is really one of the only places he could actually go to safe, and have a safe haven. So, and back in the Leaf, they're like, the council and Dry and Tsunade having another meeting, and Danzo's like, "Tsunade, you lost our most valuable asset. How?" And Tsunade's like, "Well, I wasn't expecting him to take a secret exit. I mean, how would he even know to take that exit? What made him think to take the exit?" And Danzo's like, "Well, Tsunade, he probably had a clone outside of this outside of this Hokage's office, probably listening on us having this meeting." And Tsunade's like, "Well, I didn't expect him to have such high IQ plays. I didn't expect him to do something so high IQ. From the intel we have gotten from him growing up over the years, he was a pretty dumb kid. How was I supposed to know he would do something so intellectual?" And Danzo's like, "You better find him, Tsunade." And Tsunade's like, "Or what? You're just part of the council. I'm the Hokage. You have no level of control over me." And Danzo's like, "I have enough reason to I don't know the word. Usurp. Okay. To just make her not become the Hokage, and he can become the Hokage. Usurp. I don't know the word, okay, guys?" And Tsunade's like, "You better watch it, Danzo, because your life's in danger." And Danzo's like, "I should be saying that to you, Tsunade." Well, no, he doesn't say that. And Danzo just smirks, and he's like, "I'll finally have that demon under my control. But if I can't, then no one can." And Naruto, he then leaves, and he says goodbye to Tasuna, his grandson, and his daughter. And he leaves, and he just, goes random. But he feels like this connection, like he feels something taking him to somewhere. Like he feels just this, direction that he should just go through. Just like he doesn't know why, but he's just going to that location. And it takes him a couple days. It takes him like a couple days to get there, but he was stocked up on food. But since he was stocked up on food, he was good. But it took him oh my goodness. It took him a couple days to get there. Like I said, stock up on food. And where he lands up is on the Whirlpool Village. And he just walks through it. But he senses something. He senses a bunch of traps. And he just dodges and bobs and weaves all the traps. Because he's a ninja, He's kind of prepared for that stuff. And because of him being an Uzumaki and, having Kurama in him, he has pretty good sensing abilities. So he can sense where all the traps are. And he goes to disarm them and collect them since, I stopped myself. But since him growing up, his house been trapped a lot since he was growing up. So he's used to disarming and finding the locations of traps. And he knows how to disarm even S-class types of traps. Well, not S-class because the villagers aren't that rich. But he knows how to, I need help. He knows how to disarm A rank, like A class types of traps. I have a list. Like, whenever I say something that involves the letter S, it like a snake. I need help. I really do. But he disarms all the traps, and he sees a bunch of ruined buildings and dead bodies with red hair, with pretty darkish red hair, but he can still tell that it's red hair. And he's like, where am I? I feel a connection to this place, but I don't know this place. But he's like, I feel like I've been here before. But at the same time, I haven't. And he's just like confused, and he feels a connection going towards the Uzukage's tower. And he goes to there, and he goes to the basement. That's where it's tugging him to. And he finds this this sword. It's not going to be like this what if, but he finds a sword there. And he finds an armor. Well, not an armor. He finds a set of armor. He finds a bunch of... Well, he doesn't find just the sword. He finds Madara's armor. He finds Hashirama's armor. And he finds Madara's fan. Even though you would think it would be in the you'd think it would be in the... you'd think it would be in the Uzumaki. Not in the Uzumaki, but in like the Uchiha compound. Like, you think all this stuff would be in the Leaf Village, but no. Like, a couple of Uzumakis were still alive, though they did pass away before they could have any offspring. They took all of Hashirama Madara's stuff, and they put them in here. And they used, like, some complex seals, but before they could use it, they died. They passed away from some weird sickness, I'm gonna say. And that's why there's a bunch of skeletons everywhere, even in the basement. Because they were going to do a bunch of seals to combine Hashirama's blood and Madara's blood in their armor. And, Hashirama's and Madara's armor and, Madara's weapon with Uzumaki's weapon with some Uzumaki chains. And they were going to use it. They were going to use some seals to combine it into, like some type of armor that then, I don't know. But Naruto then sees a paper with a bunch of seals on it. And he's like, will this give me enough power to destroy the Leaf Village? And he does the seals. He messes up a couple of times, but he does them correctly. And then the Hashirama and Madara's armor combined into this godlike armor. Naruto's still going to become evil, obviously. And it's going to be... The reason he's going to become even more evil is because of the influence he's going to get from Madara's blood. And it's going to overpower the influence he would get from Hashirama. Even though he would still get the, Senju cells and all that stuff. It's still going to overpower it. So, he's going to get that Madara type of personality. He's going to be so evil. He's going to be... he was strong. He's going to be stronger than Madara was, even with the running gun, because he's going to have the combined power of, chains. Like, it's not even like a regular chains either. It's like the strongest chains. I think the strongest chains were the black or golden chains, but either way, it doesn't matter, because Madara's fan with the strongest type of Uzumaki chains, he's going to be, able to turn Madara's fan into, a bunch of chains whenever he wants to, get long distance. And he doesn't want to use, Wenjutsus. When he wants to get long distance, he can use the chains and chain people up. And then, when he wants to do a bit more close range, he can use the fan. And, if he doesn't want to use the chains, he could just use his manipulation with the chains. Not the chains, with the fan. And, yeah. So, he's really good. He's going to be OP. And it's gonna the combination of Madara's and Hashirama's armor is gonna make it into this super reddish glowy type of armor that's gonna have the combination of Uzumaki, Uchiha and Senju on it. And it's gonna be this evilish type of... It's gonna be looking like it's gonna be pretty evil looking. Like it's gonna have like half angel, half demon. Like it's gonna have um a halo above these two horns with the and with the the clan sign, the clan emblems under it. Like under the horns is gonna be the Uzumaki, and under the Uzumaki is gonna be the Senju and the Uchiha. And it's gonna be like pretty cool. I would try to make it, but I can't draw, but I'm still trying. But Naruto then puts on the suit of armor, and then like when he used the cells on the blood went inside of his body. There was also, you know what, I'm gonna change it up. There was also like this Uzumaki armor. That's why I got the Uzumaki stuff on the back, because I'm gonna say the Uzumaki armor was also red, and that's why it's super reddish. It's like super red, glowy type armor. Now it's not like super red. It's kind of a darkish red, like a dark blood red, but it's still pretty cool. And it's also going to be, he's also going to combine the Uzumaki blood of the strongest Uzumaki, who I'm just going to say was he was the first Kage of the Uzumaki clan, the first Uzukage. And like, yeah, Hashirama never had a weapon, but I must say he had like a special set of, he never had a weapon, so I'm not going to add a weapon. And Naruto puts on the suit of armor, and it automatically like goes smaller for his body type, and the blood gets absorbed into his body. Like it just goes through his pores, and he's screaming out in horror. It's not hurting him. He's just like scared, and he's like, "What the heck? What is going on?" And the weapon then bond to the suit of armor, so it's kind of like on the back of his suit of armor. And it, like I said, the fan can just turn into chains whenever he wants it to turn into chains. And he feels like this increase of chakra and this increase of power. And he feels like this change in his eyes. And what's happening is his eyes turn into the Ren Sharingan. And the reason why he's not turning into just the regular Sharingan is because the Uzumaki, he has the Uzumaki blood. And the Uzumaki blood just add this extra power to the Rinnegan, giving it the power to give him the Ren Sharingan in both eyes. So it's going to be so overpowered in his what if eyes. And he transformed. Well, he doesn't transform, but he feels this amazing power flowing through him. And he's like, this will be enough power to destroy those foolish idiots. I shall take down the Leaf Village, and I shall rule over the world, no matter the cost. And I shall get my Hinata. And yeah, he does this evil laugh, and Kurama in his mindscape was like, finally the boy has come to his desires. He shall be a fun ally. And everybody in the surrounding villages, even though they're like super far away, they feel like this amazing surge of power that's like rivaling to Kaguya having the 10 tails. You know, it's just this amazing power, and they're all afraid and scared at the same time. And they're just like, what is going on? What is this power I'm feeling? And Naruto is just like, and he's like, such power, nobody will rival me, and I shall kill that Sasuke who has ruined my life, my chances to become Hokage. But no worries, because of him, I shall rule over the world. And, well, that's it, you guys. This was the prologue to What If Naruto Was Evil. It's the redo prologue, so yeah. I shall see you guys in a couple more minutes, because I'm just going to make, like, it doesn't matter. I'm uploading again today, so yeah. See you guys in like a couple more minutes, I guess. Bye.